So here we are inside the cab of the 325. Just go over a couple features here with you. Your key is over here on the side. This yellow push button is your parking brake. You've got your joysticks here with all of your functions right at the operator's fingertips. We also have our display on here. We've got excavator mode, which is crawling around on the ground with the crawler tracks. Once we get on rail, hit rail mode, and that will actually divert the oil from the crawler tracks to your high rail gear system. When we're using the dump cart, we have dump cart enable. We turn that on. It will actually show us if we're lowering and raising the dump body as well as the clamps. You have a button here for being able to dim it if you're working at night or working in a tunnel. You can dim that. You have your hand tool circuit. If you hit it once, you get 5 gallons a minute. Twice, 10. Hit it again, it goes off. Over here on this side, we have your miles per hour and your kilometers per hour readout on it. Up here we have our attachment recognition. Right now it's recognizing that we've got a tie head or a thumb bucket on, which is what we have. We've got our Mantis bucket on the machine right now. And then with this knob, if we go one click to the right, this gets us to our joystick screen. This also, with the attachment recognition, these buttons will update depending on what attachments you have selected, and it will show you just the buttons you need to operate that attachment. On here, as we're using the dump cart, we have the dump and we have lower for your dump body. We have your clamp and release for opening and closing your clamps on the dump cart. And then for your Mantis bucket, we have your tie head closed and tie head open, which will open and close your claws actually on your Mantis bucket. This is also a push button. If at any point you need to go back to the home screen, just press the button. If we go one click to the left on the knob, this gets us in. We do have a bypass for attachment recognition. If anything ever happens to one of the plugs or anything on it, you hold that button for about 2 seconds. It goes into bypass, and you can manually go through and select which attachments you have and what you're going to be running on it. And then if you hold that button again, you come back out of it, and again it'll automatically recognize what it's got on there. On the floor we've got our pedals. This is your travel pedal, forward and back for when you're on the rail. When you're on the ground, this is a single travel pedal for your crawler tracks to be able to move your tracks together. These are your also pedals for your crawler tracks for steering the tracks and moving them. And then over here on the left is your service brake. So as you press that, it'll apply the service brakes on your high rail gear. You got your safety bar on this side. Over here on the dash, you have your high rail switches. These will raise and lower your high rail gear. These switches are live all the time. It doesn't matter whether you're an excavator or rail mode. Doesn't matter. These are live all the time so that you can move your high rail gear up and down as needed while you're working. You've got your throttle. You've got your caterpillar functions here. This is the coupler switch to open and close the coupler for changing attachments. And then you got your heating and air conditioning and a radio. On the caterpillar screen, you got your backup camera. You also have your hydraulic oil temperature, your engine temperature, your fuel level, and also the level of your DEF fluid.